You're 7 years old, barefoot on a splintered dock in Port Royal, watching your drunk father gamble away the last of your family's coin on a rigged dice game. The winner, a one-eyed brute with breath like rotting fish, grins and offers your father a deal. He can't pay? Fine. He'll take you instead. Your dad doesn't even hesitate. He shakes on it, and just like that, you're property. The brute drags you onto a ship that reeks of sweat, gunpowder, and something you'll later recognize as blood. Welcome to pirate life, kid. No going back now. Your first job is scrubbing the deck until your hands bleed. The crew treats you like a rat, kicking you aside when you're too slow, tossing you moldy bread when they remember to feed you at all. You sleep in a corner near the rum barrels, curled up like a feral cat, learning fast that tears get you nowhere. One night, you watch a sailor get keel-hauled for stealing an extra ration. They drag him under the ship, barnacles shredding his skin like cheese on a grater. He surfaces screaming, then doesn't surface at all. You stop crying after that. But here's the thing about being small and overlooked. You see everything. You notice which crew members are planning mutiny. You figure out where the captain hides his best rum. And when a rival ship attacks, you're the one who spots them first, screaming a warning that saves half the crew from getting blown to bits. The captain, a scarred beast of a woman named Blackheart Mary, notices you for the first time. She doesn't thank you. She just tosses you a real meal, salted pork and hardtack, that doesn't have weevils. It's the best thing you've ever tasted. You're 10 when Mary starts teaching you to fight. Not out of kindness, but because she needs every hand that can hold a blade. She's brutal. Your first lesson ends with a split lip and a lesson about keeping your guard up. Your second lesson ends with you on the ground, her boot on your chest, growling that dead pirates don't get second chances. You learn fast, because the alternative is drowning or worse. By 12, you can gut a fish, tie a dozen knots, and slip a knife between a man's ribs before he realizes you're even there. Then Mary dies. Not in some epic battle, but choking on a chicken bone during dinner like the universe has a sick sense of humor. The crew erupts into chaos, everyone fighting to claim her ship. You're smarter than that. While they're brawling on deck, you sneak into her cabin and grab her pistol, her compass, and the logbook that lists every hidden stash from here to Tortuga. When the dust settles and the biggest brute tries to claim the captain's hat, you walk out, pistol aimed at his face, and announce that you're taking it. They laugh. Of course they laugh. You're a scrawny teenage girl with a weapon too big for your hands. But you don't flinch. You cock the pistol, voice steady, and tell them Mary taught you more than they'll ever know. You've got her maps, her contacts, and her ruthlessness. Follow you and you'll make them rich. Refuse and you'll shoot the first man who tries to stop you. The brute lunges. You pull the trigger. His body hits the deck with a wet thump, and the laughter dies. You're 15, and you're a captain now. Not because you earned respect, but because you scared them into submission. Your crew isn't loyal. They're waiting for you to slip up, to show weakness so they can toss you overboard and split your loot. You know this. So you don't sleep much. You don't trust anyone. And you definitely don't let them see you bleed. Your first raid as captain is a merchant vessel carrying silk and spices. It should be easy. It's not. The merchants have hired guards, and one of them nearly takes your head off with a saber. You dodge barely, and your crew's watching to see if you'll panic. Instead, you grab a rope, swing across the gap between ships like some deranged acrobat, and land boots first into the guard's chest. He goes down hard. You wrench the saber from his grip and drive it through his gut before he can scream. Blood sprays warm across your face, and you grin like a maniac because now your crew knows you're not playing games. They swarm the merchant ship, looting everything that isn't nailed down while you stand at the helm, wind whipping your hair, feeling like maybe you were born for this madness after all. But being captain means making impossible choices. A storm hits 3 days later, waves tall as buildings trying to swallow your ship whole. Half the crew is screaming to turn back. The other half is too seasick to have opinions. You've got seconds to decide. Ride it out or lose everything. You choose to sail straight through hell. You lash yourself to the wheel, screaming orders over thunder that sounds like the world splitting open. 2 men get washed overboard. You can't save them. You don't even try. By the time the storm clears, your ship is battered but afloat, and the crew looks at you differently. Not with love, but with something sharper. Fear mixed with grudging respect. You learn that ruling through terror has limits. A few months in, your quartermaster tries to poison your rum. You catch him because you've been watching everyone like a hawk watches mice. Instead of killing him outright, you make him drink it first. He dies choking and thrashing while the crew watches in silence. Message received. But you realize you can't kill every challenger. You need allies, even temporary ones. Enter Jade, a Chinese pirate who commands 3 ships and has a reputation for skinning traitors alive. You meet her in a port town reeking of rotting fish and desperation. She's older, sharper, and when she looks at you, it's like she's deciding whether you're worth her time or just another corpse waiting to happen. You propose an alliance. Combine forces for one massive raid on a Spanish galleon rumored to be carrying gold from the New World. She agrees, but only after making you arm wrestle her first mate. You lose, but you don't quit, and that apparently earns you points. The raid is chaos perfected. 24 pirates swarming a ship designed to carry treasure and prayers. The Spanish fight hard, but they're not ready for women who've got nothing to lose and everything to prove. You personally gut the captain when he tries to surrender, because taking prisoners is expensive and you're not running a charity. The gold is real, more than you've ever seen, and for one shining moment, you think maybe this life won't kill you after all. But Jade betrays you. Of course she does. Pirates don't do loyalty, they do opportunity. She tries to claim the entire haul, her crew turning weapons on yours. You're outnumbered 3-1, and your people are looking at you like this is where it ends. Instead of panicking, you laugh, loud and unhinged. Then you light the fuse on a powder keg you'd hidden below deck days earlier, just in case. You give Jade 10 seconds to back off, or everyone drowns in fire and gold. She believes you because you're clearly insane enough to do it. She retreats, and you split the treasure. But you've made an enemy who won't forget. You're 18 now, scarred and brutal, captain of a ship held together by fear and stolen nails. You've killed more people than you can count, betrayed allies before they could betray you, and survived storms that drowned better sailors. Some nights, you wonder if the little girl scrubbing decks would recognize what you've become. Probably not. That girl believed in fairness and second chances. You believe in sharp blades and faster reflexes. Your legend grows. Ports whisper your name like a curse. Men cross themselves when your black sails appear on the horizon. You're not the biggest pirate or the richest, but you're the one nobody wants to cross because you'll burn the whole ocean down before you let someone take what's yours. And honestly, that's exactly how you like it. You die at 23, not in some glorious last stand, but coughing blood onto rotten planks because infections don't care about your reputation. Your crew stands around watching, waiting to see who'll grab your pistol first. You try to speak, to give some final order, but your lungs are drowning from the inside. The last thing you see is your quartermaster reaching for your compass, the one you stole from Mary all those years ago. They dump your body overboard without ceremony. No burial, no prayers, just a splash and then nothing. Within a week, someone else is wearing your hat, sailing your ship, claiming your legend as their own. The ocean doesn't remember you. The ports forget your name within a season. That little girl scrubbing decks, the one sold for gambling debts, she wanted to matter. And you did, for a few blood-soaked years. You were terror personified, a nightmare in human form, a cautionary tale mothers would tell their daughters about what happens when you've got nothing left to lose. Was it worth it? The bodies, the betrayals, the constant looking over your shoulder? You'll never know. Dead pirates don't get to philosophize, but here's what's true. You took a world designed to crush you, and you crushed it right back. You weren't a victim. You were a storm with a heartbeat, and everyone who crossed your path knew it. The sea claimed you in the end, like it claims everyone. But for those few brutal years, you made the whole damn ocean remember your name.